Okay, today we're going to be graphing an equation of a line just by using the slope and the y-intercept. So let's review really quick. One way that we learned how to graph a line is to use a table of values. So maybe we have this equation, y equals 2x plus 4. If I want to graph that with a table, we could choose some x values, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. We could plug them in for our x and find the missing y values. This process can be a little bit tedious, so there is a quicker, easier way to graph lines, and that's using what's called slope-intercept form or slope-intercept equation. And this is probably what you guys remember from when we learned how to graph lines. Okay, so in slope-intercept form, it has two really important pieces. It has our m, it has our b. Our m, we've said before, represents our slope. And remember, slope is the rise over run. B represents our y-intercept. And that's exactly what it sounds like. Our y-intercept is where a line is going to cross the y-axis. So on this line right here, this point is our y-intercept. It's where it crosses that y-axis. Okay, so first, let's just practice writing the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. So keep in mind, y equals mx plus b. Okay, on example 133, they actually gave us all the information we need to know. They told us our slope is 3/4 and our y-intercept is -3. So our m is 3/4, our b is -3. If we know those two pieces, our slope and our y-intercept, all we have to do is put them where they go. Y equals m, which is 3/4 x, plus b, plus -3 or -3. So this is the equation of that line in slope-intercept form. Okay, example 140 or 134, we don't know our m and we don't know our b. So we're going to have to use the graph to help us find that first. To find our slope, remember we use rise over run. I always start with the left point and we move vertically first. So here I move down 2, so my rise is -2. Then we move horizontally 1, 2, 3, so our run is 3. So the slope of this line is -2/3 or -2/3. Okay, now for the y-intercept, we actually already have that marked right here. That's where it crosses the y-axis. It crosses, we're going to count from our origin, crosses at +1, +2, +3. So we know our m is -2/3 and our b is +3. So when we write our equation, y equals -2/3 x plus 3. Okay, so now we're going to, if you look at example 135, the instructions tell us to write this in slope-intercept form. We want it to look like y equals mx plus b. Right now we have 2x minus 4y equals 6. For it to be in slope-intercept form, we want to isolate this y, or solve for y. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and draw a line down our equal sign here. I'm going to start by moving our x's to the right side, -2x minus 2x. If we do that, our x's cancel on the left side, and I'm going to scoot my equation over here. I end up with -4y equals -2x plus 6. And notice we can't combine those terms on the right side because they're not like terms. So to get our y by itself, we're going to use division to get rid of that -4. And I'm going to divide everything by -4. So if we do that, we're left with positive y equals -2 divided by -4 is going to simplify to be +1/2 x. 6 divided by -4 is going to be a -3/2. So once our y is by ourselves, we call that slope-intercept form. Okay, so now let's use that slope-intercept form to help us go from an equation to our graph. So when we graph from slope-intercept form, I'm going to go ahead and identify my m, identify b. My m, my slope is 1/2. That means we rise 1, run 2. And our b is -4. So one way to remember this is we begin with b, we move with m. B is going to be the first point we put on our graph. M is going to tell us how we're moving. Our first point always goes on our y-axis. So if my y-intercept is -4, we start down here at -4. And my slope is +1/2. So I'm going to rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. As far as I can going this way. Then to get some more points on the other side, we can do the opposite. Down 1, left 2. Down 1, left 2. Once we've got our points on our graph, we can connect them all, draw arrows to say that our line continues forever. Okay, one more example. We want to graph this, but it's not in slope-intercept form. It is what we call standard form. So we're going to take this from standard form to slope-intercept form. Let's start by moving our x's, and we end up with 4y equals -3x plus 12. To solve for y, we divide both sides by 4. And you can write that two ways. You can write it how we did up here, where we look at each individual piece divided by that. Or a shorter way to write that, just one big division line. We're going to divide the entire right side by 4. Those cancel, and we get y equals -3 divided by 4 gives me -3/4 x. 12 divided by 4 gives me +3. Okay, now we have everything we need to graph this. We know our m is -3/4, and our b is +3. So we begin with our b, we begin at +3, and we move with our m. That tells me I'm going to go down 3, right 4. Down 3, right 4. The opposite of that, we can go up 3, left 4, up 3, left 4. We use those points to draw our line, draw arrows on the end. All right, I'm going to label these axes so this doesn't get confusing here. Here, notice we've got just a vertical line. This is an undefined slope. It has no slope. It's just a vertical line that crosses my x-axis at -4. If we have that, if we have a vertical line that crosses my x-axis at -4, the way that we write that equation is just x equals -4. If we had the opposite line, if we had a line with 0 slope, like this for example, that only crosses my y-axis, we would kind of do the opposite. We would say the equation of that line is y equals +2. So our horizontal and vertical lines, our 0 slopes and no slopes are kind of funky, but for most lines that you graph, it's going to be easiest to use slope-intercept form. We use our m to tell us where we're moving, our b to tell us where we begin.